Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're here on the west end of Hinsdale, almost the border with Western Springs, at the Metra station called Highlands. And it's a Sunday afternoon, evening. Just kind of happened to be in the area and thought we would come by and see what we can catch. Maybe a lot, maybe a little. I do see a light down the way from a commuter train, so a guarantee on that. I'm not sure about freights, we'll find out. Appreciate you watching, thanks. Looking east down the tracks here, you can see the Western Springs water tower, just literally a hop, skip, and a jump east of us. Interstate 294 is just east of us. Of course, the antique-looking Highlands station. This is the south side of the racetrack here, and then on the north side, you've got this shelter here, the station name on it. Everything in Hinsdale always looks so well kept and made of stone and all that. Looking back to the west, got the bridge there, Village of Hinsdale. We got a green light on the nearest track here for that Metra train, and that is Oak Street, crossing over the tracks right there, right next to the Hinsdale Hospital. So that gives you an idea of kind of where we're at. All right, here comes that outbound train. It's already made its stop in LaGrange and Western Springs. Little signaled pedestrian crossing here that'll be going off here for too long. There's a few of these around this area. Never saw one until I lived in the Chicago area. It's got a real bell.
The next outbound train approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line. The next outbound train approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line.
I didn't actually check the Metra schedule, but this is one of those stations, like the Hinsdale's literally just behind us here a little bit, and not all the trains stop here. I think it's a more seldom used. There's not a whole lot of, well, there's a parking garage. I don't think that's for commuters though, but there's not a whole lot of parking. I think a lot of the trains bypass this one and stop at the main Hinsdale station just down their way here, maybe half a mile. In fact, on weekends, the schedule posted here, Highlands gets no stops all the way across the board. So this is only a weekday train station. Got our Illinois Zephyr Amtrak train coming through now. All right, another green light for this nearest track, which I don't see any Metras coming this way from Chicago right now. It might be a freight train coming from that way, but we'll see. Definitely a Metra train coming from the west. This one's about to make its stop here in downtown Hinsdale, and it'll be through here shortly. But once again, it will not stop at Highlands. Look at the brakes smoking on this thing. All right, I guess that wasn't the brakes smoking. That was the locomotive exhaust. Burning some oil there. Okay, we're looking at two green lights looking west. One is the near track, main 1. One is main 2. Main 1's getting ready to be used up by this Metra train number 2027. Union Station, Chicago Union Station to Aurora. Once again, it will not stop here since it's Sunday. We're at the Highlands station, and we'll kind of hang out and see what's going to happen on the center track. So, bells will be going here in just a second. We'll utilize this pedestrian crossing and give you a different view from the south side of the tracks here.
The next outbound train approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line. The next outbound train approaching your station will not stop. For your safety, please step behind the yellow line.
All right, here comes that freight train we were expecting on the center track. I say we, it's me. My son's not with me today. Westbound at Highlands and Hinsdale. We've relocated just down the tracks a little bit to Hinsdale, and we've got another freight train coming, so we're going to give you a bonus train here at a different pedestrian crossing. All right, that was the old twofer there, the westbound freight train, eastbound commuter train. Hope you enjoyed that. A little visit to Hinsdale, a couple different stops on the line here, Highlands, and then closer to downtown. And lots of trains for a Sunday, actually. I'm kind of impressed. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and we thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you on the next video.